Access granted.
Here at the King's Table, we get down to the root and spit fire. With that being said, let's get this work.
I think it's like 74% of black mothers are single. I think a lot of that bad choices or just having a lot of responsibility because now you're a mother, then you also have to date with a child, and the guy who got you pregnant probably doesn't have to now deal with that. A lot of women get really upset and frustrated through not having a man, that they kind of get angry.
And shout out to Cara and Danielle, actually. Convo with them too. Go to their page, subscribe. Amazing sisters doing some amazing things. Black men get tired. I'm not even gonna lie. For the most part, a large number of black men are tired. They tired of getting rejected. They tired of putting their best foot forward. They're tired of meeting a woman halfway. They're tired of giving. On the other hand, you have some women, like I said, we don't say all. We always specify. You have some women that just take.
It's like they're not used to hearing someone say hello.
Yeah, say something nice.
Or they just kind of have an attitude. It doesn't matter if you've got education or if you're just not educated. I think a lot of our culture makes us into...
Well, we glorify the anger. Yeah,
right.
So it's like we do glorify that. So when it comes to black women, and you're asking where do we think... I know we can't speak for everybody, but there's a lot of different reasons. People's childhood trauma that happened then, they didn't get help for that, and it escalated into them becoming this, pent up, chip on your shoulder, angry black woman, right? So there's a lot of different reasons. I think that if I were to pinpoint...
A lot of those childhood traumas, those unresolved childhood trauma, childhood issues, daddy wasn't home. Things that were done to you, things that you saw, the type of environment that you were around that became familiar to you as you got older. I'm going somewhere with this. The more you tell yourself these things, you will begin to believe these things. More you believe these things, you begin to act these things out. And this is what we're seeing. You curse yourself, number one. Number two, there's a spirit that come along with that. Just in case y'all didn't know, there is a very dark, heavy spirit that comes along with that. And it makes you unapproachable.
I would say a lot of it has to do with social media. And I say that because we've created a society of women who are like we said in the video, want to be validated. And when a woman wants to be validated, right, by others, it creates this kind of narcissistic attitude.
Like I'm saying, going back to feminism. Feminism is telling women that they don't need a man. And so when women their heads get inflated with that.
And they experience it, like, oh no, I need a man.
And they get inflated with that. And then you've got all these people that are helping them feel that way. Like a lot of black women, it's hard for them to get married. And they still have the same attitude. I'm independent. I got a PhD. I don't need a man.
You see different women saying the same damn thing. Those lonely, broken women, those bitter, broken women, hurt, traumatized, broken women, narcissistic, broken women, going on social media, telling their personal business. Now here come other women, here come other modern women chiming in. Yeah, girl. F them, F all men. We don't need men. If all men ain't shit, why you still sleeping with them? If all men ain't shit, why you still having babies by them? If all men ain't shit, Why do you have some jacked up requirements for a man to take you out on a date if all men ain't shit?
And turn around and say, no one likes me. The men are, no one likes me. Men are against me. The patriarchy just won't leave me alone. And then turn around and say, black girl magic. I'm a queen. And all this, it's all of these things that they don't match.
And then feminism made them feel like also that, they did all the things. They did all the things, right? The black woman did all the things. She got the degree. She got the fancy job. She owns the home. She's doing all the things, right? And then this part of her life that's a failure is the relationship part, because it didn't pan out, right? So what feminists said is going to work didn't. She becomes angry.
I want to date a woman. I'm not going to get relationship advice from a man. I'm going to ask the woman. Women know women. Okay. Now who sit down with my elder? Sit down with grandma. Because grandma, she been here before. And grandma gonna give me the honest Yahshua truth. She gonna give me the good, the bad, and the ugly. She gonna tell me what type of woman to watch out for. And she gonna tell me what type of woman to go after. That's the oldest trick in the book. That trick never fails. So my advice to a woman, don't get advice from another woman. Why don't you get advice from a man? Who? Your elder. Sit down with grandpa. Grandpa gonna tell you what type of man to go after, what type of man to leave alone. Grandpa gonna give you the good, the bad, and the ugly. Why? Because grandpa been here before.
Mary,
where's my king?
Yeah, where's my king at? They're trying to be everything, right? And then hope they can catch one. And it's like it doesn't work. That will anger a woman that expected too much. And try to be something she's not. It gets frustrating for them. Very frustrating. Because they don't. What do I do now? Like, how old am I going to be before I do this? I did the things again. I did the things, and it's just not panning out. That creates a lot of anger in a woman. And then what happens is she goes out in the world, dates, chip on her shoulder.
With the demographic of single motherhood, you understand that is a big demographic of women, and I stress that single motherhood rate in the black community, because when you're almost hitting 80%, the next 10 years that will be a fact.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? An 80% single mother rate in one demographic of people. You look at that and you think there are a lot of black women that are alone, and black women who raise black women, black girls, they raise angry women.
Yeah.
So these young girls see their mother doing everything by themselves, and their mother's probably talking shit about men.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the girl has nothing to really compare her mother's attitude to, because there's nobody there, there's no man there to say, no, this isn't true. This is because I'm here. You know what I
mean? And that's why fathers are needed in their children's lives.
And then they go out, this is what they say, single mothers breed single mothers. Because then once you go out there and have an attitude, because even with that attitude, they still want to date. They still want a man. They're still saying it. They don't realize it. I don't need a man. Yes, you do. You're still dating.
You still need a man.
You know what I mean? You're still dating.
They don't want to say that.
Yeah. They don't want to let their guard down, because most black women are single.
Yeah.
And they're afraid that if they let their guard down, you're going to hurt them, move on to another woman, and they don't want to be submissive
Yeah.
to, and it's funny to me that submission is in the Bible, and most black people are religious. It's
Which is
funny that
always
so many
interesting.
black
I
women
know.
can't submit when the Bible tells them to, and most black women are Christian.
Well, like we said in another video, the word submission has taken on a new form. So the word submission now means weak. Someone called us weak because we said
Yeah,
we,
so it would absolutely call us weak.
we believe that, you know, when you're married and all that, you are supposed to let a man lead, and then you are supposed to submit to him. Now that word has a terrible, like, it has a terrible, like not to us, but to women in society today, it is like a dark cloud over that word. And it really is, and it's actually a beautiful word.
In today's society, when you talk about submission or controlling or being a slave, why something positive have to be so negative? But again, if you want to go back to the Bible, go back to the Torah. Let's go back to the Torah. Because Yeshua also said in his word, there's going to come a time where people will believe the lie and reject the truth. If you reject the truth, then you reject me. And a large number of modern women are now realizing the things that they say when they say what they say.
With the rest of your life, and you're allowing him to lead. You're allowing yourself to be a feminine woman. You know what I mean? So it really is a nice word, but because we're in this world where women are just have to rule. We just gotta rule. Just gotta do it, okay? I don't need no man to do that. I don't need no man to do that. I don't need you, okay? All I need you to do is just love me. And it's like, you don't understand, like, a lot of women just don't understand the way men love.
And you can ask for a man to love you and you still not happy. You still not satisfied. You can ask for a man to do 1,000,001 things and you still not satisfied. You still not happy. You still gonna find something to complain about.
I don't even think they know how to properly love because they're not being women. They're trying to be men and they overrule you. This is a very frustrating thing for a lot of women. So, you know, like, in my opinion, I feel like there's really three main things to me that makes a woman angry. If you're asking, like, the base thing, I would say trauma from the past. I would say social media, and then I would say feminism. These things, you know, those things, you know, it's very fluent. You know, people have different lives, and things, different reasons why people become angry. But I do think those are the main reasons why why women are upset and mad and angry. I honestly think that if women would just be more feminine, they would be more happy. I don't think they know that. You know what I mean? I don't think they realize that.
To his question, why black women are so angry? Well, when you look at the demographic of single black mothers, and then you add feminism. Because feminism gave black women a reason.
Yeah, it did.
So you know what I mean? And of any demographic, white, Hispanic, or Asian, the black woman would probably fall for feminism quicker because they're single mothers.
Right.
They're already doing feminism.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so for them, that kind of makes you angry.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't want to take responsibility for their choices. You know what I mean? And so, and everybody at some point does this, where they blame somebody else for their choices. A lot of black women hate men because they made bad choices with men.
A king needs his queen by his side. So therefore, my queen has to be on my program. Queen has to follow my lead.
When I stopped making women my God, I became, I concentrated on my own life, and she had to come to my life. And that is true. And I know a lot of women are going to look at that as sexist, but that is true.
Date who you want to date. Love who you want to love. And keep it pushing. Until then, you already know, we gone.